All right, so yesterday, right, we built Bloodhound Signals. So now today we need to set up the orders here for this. So for example, when we get a Bloodhound Signal, we want an entry order, which is going to be a stop entry. Let's see, one tick above the high of the setup bar. Yeah, you know what, David? Because you use setup and signal in your description here, I didn't catch this here. So it's going to have to be one tick above the signal bar, right? So again, Bloodhound and BlackBird aren't tracking indicators, so they're not going to track bar prices for you, not when they become historical. So, BlackBird, can reference the signal bar high and low, but it's not going to be able to track the setup bars high or low. So the entry is going to be a stop one tick above the high of the signal bar. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So there's no targets or stop losses, so we'll just kind of throw something in. But the two lessons here is setting up our entry order as a stop, at the high of the bar, all right, at the high of the signal bar, plus a tick. But then we also have some cancellation rules here. So first thing is if the entry order is not filled in the next 5 bars, then we're going to cancel that entry order. Or if the EMAs start sloping in the wrong direction, right? So if the EMAs change direction, then that also is an indication to cancel that entry order. So so that's the two key things here that we're going to set up in BlackBird today. So let's get BlackBird open and we'll start building. All right, first thing is let's plug in our entry signals here from Bloodhound. So, all right, so with the Bloodhound interface open here, right, let me back up a moment. So we can see here the template file. When I click on the ellipses button here, that's going to open up Bloodhound. And then I can go to File and then load yesterday's workshop file. Okay, and so there is the entry signal here. So it's the bar high break with an EMA trigger signal here. There we go. All right, so this is the Bloodhound signal that we're going to use for this question. All right, and so it's always good to just make sure that everything is connected up correctly. It's always good just to take a quick look and make sure everything looks like it's connected correctly, because it is easy to, as you're testing your Bloodhound system out, it's easy to forget and maybe leave the result node connected up incorrectly, right? So obviously you wouldn't want to trade these trade signals, right? This is not connected up correctly. You'd want to make sure that the result node is connected at the right point there. So, all right, let's click OK. There we go. Now that we have the right Bloodhound template loaded, next let's select the entry signal. So this is the logic template for the entry signal, and we're also going to use this cancel signal as well. So there we go, load that. And so for the exit signal, we're going to load in this cancel entry cancel signal. So actually no, I'm sorry. This is not, this is for canceling the entry order. So actually this would be the wrong place to use this, because we wouldn't want this entry cancellation signal to close the trade. Or at least David hasn't expressed that he wants this condition to close out the trade. So we actually don't want to use this as an exit signal. So let's ignore that there. All right, so now that I have my Bloodhound template loaded in, let me click OK, and then we can reload the chart here, and we'll get Bloodhound loaded onto the chart. There we go. All right, so now that I have Bloodhound on the chart, let's go and load or select the entry signal logic template. There we go. And let's see if we had any signals back here. Yeah, here we go. All right, yep, so we had a few signals back there. Good. And let's see here. I'm going to pull the market down here. So I want to set the chart up to generate a long signal here, so I'm going to pull the market down. So, and then also, just so I don't forget, let's enable the auto trade button there, just in case. So now, let's set up, let's finish setting up the entry order here. So we know the entry order is to be a stop entry, so let's select that. And by default, a stop market is going to be used, right? So we want a stop market. So if you want a stop limit, then you can select a stop limit there if you want a stop limit. All right, so there's that, and now the initial placement. You know where we first going to set this stop entry order. So let's open up the initial placement, and we want it to be, for a long trade, we want it to be the bar high plus a tick. So let's knock this offset down to 1 tick. So there we go. So the offset is going to be 1 tick above the bar high for a long trade. And for a short trade, right, we take the low price and it's going to be -1 tick. Right? So that the short side was set up for us automatically. Okay, so there's the placement, there's the location. And so now we need to set up these other conditions here to cancel that entry order, if the market doesn't pick it up. So, and let me adjust the trend here a little bit. Market took off without me. There. All right. So we have 2 conditions here that's going to cancel our entry order. So to do this, I need to select the Advanced tab because we have multiple conditions that can cancel our entry order. Right? So you'll notice I'm using the Cancel After option here. And so the first one is just a simple 5-bar delay. Now let's see here. Yeah, we just want 5-bar delay. And so that's number 3 here. Just cancel if the order is not filled within 5 bars, cancel. And then the 4th rule here is monitoring the slope of our moving averages here. And so to do that, we're going to, so again on the Advanced tab here, we're going to add a Bloodhound Signal. There we go. So we want Bloodhound Signal right there. Let's open this up a little bit. All right, so the first thing is to select our Bloodhound template file. And there it is, right there. Right, so this is in the drop-down menu. Right, since we're using it for the entry signals, it also shows up in our drop-down menu here. So it just makes it a little quicker. So we didn't actually need to load it again. we could just select it from the drop-down menu. All right, the next step is, which logic template is providing the cancellation signals. And so we call that the entry cancel signal. There we go. And now the next step is the signal direction. So signal in same direction. No, so these cancellation signals are actually in the opposite direction of the trade, or in the opposite direction of the entry signals. So so for the signal trigger mode, we want signals in the opposite direction, right? So in other words, when we get a long entry signal, right, and actually, well, there we go. We actually got a short entry signal there. So to cancel a short trade, this cancel entry signal is going to be a long, right? It's going to give us a long signal. So that would be opposite of the trade direction. So, okay, and that does it. So we have our 5-bar delay. So if the entry order is not filled in 5 bars, that will cancel it. And then we also have a Bloodhound signal. And the last thing we need to do is set the mode up here, right? So the mode is set to all simultaneously, so that's incorrect. We want any. So if any of these occur, that's what we want. So either the delay or the Bloodhound signal. So any one of these conditions here. So and yeah, let's see, there we have it. So yeah, let me move the market up here. There. All right, we'll just click OK. And all right, so now comes the patience part. We have to get these moving averages to cross each other before we're going to get the next signal. All right, it looks like there's a good chance these, one more bar. Okay. Yeah, we need one more bar to get these moving averages to cross each other. All right, so the next thing is we need to get these moving averages sloping really steeply. And let's see, on the ES, actually that might be a little difficult. Yeah, I wish I had switched instruments, but maybe we can get it to do that on this bar here. There we go. Okay. All right, so we should have a signal when this bar closes. All right, there we go. There is our stop entry order. 1 tick above the high of the signal bar. So now I want to test the cancellation here. So I'm going to pull the market down and see if I can get the faster moving average, right, to slope down, and that should cancel our entry order. And there we have it. Bingo. All right, so we can see the faster orange moving average sloped down, and our entry order was canceled right away. Yeah, so there we go. All right. That was pretty easy and straightforward to set up there. So let me just kind of show this again to everybody. So the cancel after here was really the lesson part. So we have 2 triggers here for canceling, right? We have a delay, and we're just using bars, right? So we're just counting 5 bars for our delay, and then we're also using a Bloodhound signal, right? So we're using the entry cancel signal here to also cancel that entry order.